I've always felt different. I've always seen things, but when I tried to express them as a child, I was always told to ignore it.
There were people that I didn't know that came to me and said, I have this message that I keep getting that I have to deliver to you.
All of a sudden, out of the shadows, a homeless man just jumped right in front of me. And he said, I'm a soul just like you.
I love it.
I wanted to understand the universe and who and what we are and what are we doing here.
Well, we're all part of this amazing soul wave tapping into each other.
This was a major life changer.
You are a light. You have helped me a ton. Thank you.
You've given me the courage to live more from my soul.
Millions of people are awakening. So wake up with Michele Meiche, the place to hear the best-selling authors and experts in the fields of cutting-edge self-help, personal growth, metaphysics, and spirituality. The soul path of awakening. Understand what living awake is.
Hello, Radiant Soul Lights. Hello, hello. Are you understanding more of what living awake is and living more and more awake? Just curious. Anyway, you've got me the whole podcast episode. Yay. So we're going to be diving in. Thanks to my producer, Sadie. Thank you for the inspiration. If you want a reading, you have a question or a comment, the number's 347-539-5122. You got to press 1 on your keypad to get on air. So I see people listening by phone, which is great. But if you want a question, if you have a question, you want a reading, you want to say hi, whatever, press 1 on your keypad. I'm probably going to repeat that because I see people not pressing 1, but maybe you're just listening by phone. Anyway, I just have made my decaf cappuccino. I guess maybe more of a latte. Anyway, get your tea, coffee, whatever you're drinking, if that's what you're doing right now, and let's get into this. First of all, again, 347-539-5122. Press 1 on your keypad. Press 1 for a reading, gang. Okay, I know I'm going to get emails. I waited, and you didn't pick up. That's because you didn't press 1. Want to invite everyone to Soul Insights and Tarot, my YouTube channel. Love it if you'd subscribe. Let me just get through all this stuff. Also, Awakenings. We are migrating some of the podcast episodes to YouTube because in the next couple of months, I'm also going to be doing a video cast there, right? Video podcast. So thanks to the help of Jacqueline Hansel, who's also an editor, is helping me edit different projects and courses and what else? And these videos, actually. Thanks to her. Oh, my God, my neighbors. Can you hear that, gang? Hold on. My neighbors changed their gardener day, obviously. Okay. It's going to bother me more than you, probably. Anyway, so please subscribe. Some of you have already, which is so exciting. We're going to be, like I said, broadcasting there, bringing some of the guests that have been on here, there. And long overdue, I just have not had the time to do it. And now since I have more support, I'm able to do this. So I'm a person with a lot of ideas in ways of expression and experience, soul expression, creativity, but sometimes to juggle it all, you need help, you need support. So I have more of that now, which is great. Also want to remind everyone, connect with me on Patreon. And for quick questions, because sometimes my personal readings, my private readings can be anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months out, sometimes 3 months to get, scheduled in for those of you that want to do individual work with me or get a personal private reading. But if you have a quick question, you can always go to MentorCam. Of course, if you're part of the Patreon Soul Path Journey with Michele Metaphysics and Spiritualism Salon, you can ask questions when we meet monthly. So I tune in there. Also, love to see you on Instagram. Come follow me there. And also, I've been wanting to ask everybody this. Please rate Awakenings 5 stars or up. If you feel this is, you're liking the podcast, you've been a long-time listener, please take the time at some point within the next month to rate it 5 stars, okay? So Soul Insights and Tarot on YouTube. What else we got? Awakenings with Michele Meiche on YouTube. Blog. Oh, yes. I want to let everyone know, because I know some of you read my blog and probably thought, what's the heck, Michele is such a space cadet, whatever, slacker. No, I have not been able to get into the back end, the WordPress portion of my website since June. So May or June was the last blog post. I haven't forgot about blogging. It's just I don't know what's going on. In fact, I'm going to do another note to contact them. My website manager and designer can't get in either. So there's something going on. But if you want, the insights, you want that support, you can email me. I'll put you on my Soul Insights list, which I guess I'm going to start sending out through MailChimp because I can't do it through the blog. But also you can follow me on Instagram, and I do a, weekly mantra for the, an affirmation for the week and other posts there. Or, again, my YouTube channel, pick a card. And, more support coming, but that's what I have right now. So before I get into the callers, again, 347-539-5122, I just want to give a little bit of an overview of what's going on energetically, and then also just touch upon, since probably a lot of you have been hearing about the eclipse season that we're going into, and also that Mars in Gemini is retrograde, and everybody going, it's a really big deal. Well, it is. So one of the things I want to also touch upon within this is the energetic patterns, that we have these individual personal patterns or flow, but we also have the cosmic. We're connected in through the cosmos. We're the individual aspect of the universe, which means the cosmos, the luminaries, the planetary outpicturing, right, the planetary symbols, Venus, Mercury, Mars, the luminaries, the sun, the moon, which you could also, they're luminaries, but to me they're also planetary. So we're like these little satellites. Everything is a satellite, really. Every expression on life, every form is this beacon of light that emits and radiates universal life energy, right? Prana. It can be read. There are instruments that can read the energetic output, but also there's an input. So we both emit and receive. So does the planetary. So you can look at the quantum aspect is the planets or luminaries, is the cosmos, and then we are that micro, right? The macro and the micro, if you want to look at it that way. So it's really going to be more and more important, especially as we're connecting more and more through the mental realm. Now, that doesn't mean we're not going to connect in through the denser physical energy of manifested form, right? That we're here to manifest through form or manifest as form, manifest and create forms. Whether it's, we're a form of life energy, right? Creative intelligence in this life form. Many ways to look at it. God, in the image of God, the all that is. And I'm saying God not as like a person in the sky, but the totality of everything and everyone, the all that is. In caps, the all that is, the infinite, the undefinable, the creative infinite intelligence of life itself. So life recreating itself. But what's happening is you're probably feeling tired, maybe having less energy. Even though the energy is lightening up, there is more energy on the planet because we're getting more into those transpersonal energies, more of the galactic, more of the undifferentiated energies. So they're lighter but it's faster. Okay, so we have both the denser earth energies, which is needed to hold structure and form in place. That's the earth-based. But now we're connecting more through the mental realm or mentalism. Okay, not just the earth plane, but the mental plane. And we get into the causal. Okay, so we're on all planes, right? The Buddhic plane, the soul plane, Atma, the spiritual plane. All these planes of existence just are separated out by a vibratory alignment and resonance, right? It's just separated out by vibration. But because we're going more into mentally drawing in or creating through intention and focus, the energy is lightening up. There's more light. But light can be very heavy. Have you ever felt very relaxed laying in the sun and you can feel the light rays on you? And then all of a sudden it's too much. It's too heavy. You're very tired. You know, you're exhausted. You're sweaty. You can barely get up from the whatever your lounge chair, sofa, beach towel, sand, wherever you're laying in the dirt or the grass. It can feel just as heavy as a heavy wind or a lot of wind or rain. It's a different kind of heavy or density, but it still is dense, still is a density. So that means that through our intention, using that energy, and sometimes you have to rest more. I'll give you an example. This morning, as I was preparing, logging in for the podcast and taking my notes, tuning in, I wanted to write some stuff, type some stuff on my laptop, and I have a laptop riser. Probably some of you have seen this. It can rise up, so I can use it standing up or sitting down, but it raises everything eye level. And then I have a keyboard, a separate keyboard. And the riser it was wobbly. You know how like a chair gets wobbly because there's the leg of the table gets wobbly because one of the legs is uneven. And I'm like, my God, I just bought this not that long ago, and it wasn't doing this. I know it wasn't wobbling. And I said, I've been traveling, probably the little, what do you call it, like little cushiony, like there's 4 little circle cushions, so it doesn't scratch up your tables, which I didn't even notice that. But I lifted it up, and I said, one's missing. And I just kind of got this like feeling like a little lightning bolt. And got very focused. I went right to my suitcase, my duffel bag, big duffel, and I just opened it, moved some, and just went right to where it was at. So what does my little story mean? We're going to be living more from this way of being, that we're in such alignment that in other words, I didn't have to go digging. I didn't have to, where is it? Let me find it. That's not where I was at. I was coming from a place of, that's what I need. It's like reaching through the clouds, reaching through the cosmos and plucking it out. I literally opened the flap of the bag, put my hand in there were some purses and stuff in there. I just lifted it and put my hand and just picked it right up. Now, it could have been anywhere. It could have been in the way bottom. It could have been in the corner. It could have been stuck in something. But I didn't have any of that thought or interference. I was so aligned, and I can't even really articulate it or say it. It's such a feeling energy, a sensing energy, a vibratory energy. You can literally feel the vibration of what is needed, me going right to that, or it provided. Whether you want to say attracted it, provided, going right to it, it was in alignment with that, what I want to use the laptop for, the laptop holder, that piece that was needed. It was almost like the piece was calling me to come back also. Do you see that alignment? Now, we think of that a lot of times with people and relationships, but it's also going to be happening with things and opportunities and situations and our creativity. So we are in this great re-understanding of that from a higher perspective, or a perspective that has been hidden within us, that's going to be revealed, which is a lot what's going on the next 3 to 6 months. And part of that comes through how we think, which brings us into that Mars retrograde in Gemini, which Gemini is, yes, it's lower communication. In the tarot, it's the lovers. It's represented as the lovers, or it rules the lovers. The lovers is a significator of that Gemini energy. It's polarity, it's duality, but it's balancing out that duality into harmony. It's about harmonization. But it's also how we think individually and on a cosmological level. And in between that cosmological and individual level, a societal level, the mass consciousness level, the mainstream level. That level is going to be impinged more and more. And I've been talking about this for the last, year or so, probably last year, of how I feel and see that social media will be impacted. Our very ways of communication individually and as a collective and through small groups. So you are going to see a breaking down of, they always talk about, the Big Ten in university football league, right? The football teams, the Big Ten university, or the Big 10 companies, corporations. Or you're going to see it with the Big 10, which is less than 10 really, Big 3 social media and or media companies. So where and how we express will be changing, because where and how, in what manner we think and communicate with ourselves and the universe is changing. So the very way that we are understanding, because that's also a component of Gemini, the very way that we are understanding will begin changing. And this is in that individual and mass focus of that right now. Now, where does this tie in? I'm just going to touch on the eclipses really quick, then I want to get back into where this Mars retrograde in Gemini will be affecting you, and then I'm going to take callers. So if you have a question or a comment, press 1 on your keypad to let me know. So we've had these powerful eclipses. We always have these eclipses, eclipse seasons. Nothing's new. The thing is, you probably have felt since 2011, 2012, an intensification in the energy. And we're also, in a way, being more forced to focus more on the cycle that we're in individually and through a cosmic level, through the planetary influences. And that's because we're to be more aware of cycles. Everything manifests in the universe through cycles, through the universe, through the earth, through the world, through cycles. Everything is a cycle. We have cycles, rhythms, biorhythms, individual cycles, collective cycles, short cycles, longer cycles. Everything is cyclical. That is the Saturnian energy. The thing that begins to break this up is the Uranian energy. The quantum leap energy is what I like to call it. So we do have I believe it's a solar eclipse partial this month, the 25th, so next week, which is when the moon passes between the sun and the earth. So blocking out that sun's light, right? And it's new moon in Scorpio, right? It's in Scorpio season. This is very important also because we have the North Node in Taurus conjunct Uranus, right? And we recently have a Mercury conjunction there and as well. So, and then on November 8th, we have a lunar eclipse, right, which is when the sun, moon, and earth align, or the moon passes through the earth's shadow. And that one, by the way, is in that 1111 portal that's coming up. So what does this all mean? Well, people a lot of times say, an eclipse, something leaves, something comes in. Yes, but the lunar is going to bring up a lot that has to do with not only our emotions, but our relating pattern, our relationship with ourselves, each other, and the earth. And it's tying in. So whatever you're focused on right now, whatever you perceive to be winding out, or a lot of clarity or less clarity and a lot of confusion, it comes to a head or a deeper understanding of that in May 2023. Okay, when the reverse polarity happens with the eclipse. So all of this happening, giving us a time to follow the cycle or attune to the cycle of what is winding out for us. Lynn in the chat is saying also 22/10/22 Saturday. Sophia. Yeah, 10/22/22. Yes, absolutely. And if you notice these numbers, even 10/10, October 10th, or seeing 10/10 or 11/11 or 1/11, on your digital phone, these are all reminders, but they're also energy. If you fully connect in with the energy of it, it is a vibrational shift. It is an energetic shift, attuning and aligning your vibrational frequency, right? Just like, let's say you're running around doing errands and it's really hectic and you're kind of hectic and you take a couple deep breaths. That's attuning and aligning. That's centering. Or you see a flower, or you see a child or a little doggy being, or you look at the sky and you see the clouds and something reminds you of calm. All of these things are attuning. Or you have a quick exchange with someone on the street or at the market. All of these things vibrationally attune us. And again, as we focus more on that mental realm, we're going to start seeing this and feeling this alignment and attunement. So we're getting this whole idea of understanding that there's this big picture, the collective, and a little picture of the individual, and where and how do I fit in? That's the question to start asking yourself now. Where and how do I fit in? Have I been fitting in? How do I want to fit in from a soul level, from a more fulfilling level, a deeper level? So we're being shown this by the very own quantum aspect of us, the collective aspect of us, reflecting and reverberating back to us like an echo. What we're putting out, we're drawing in to see. And that's a lot also about this Mars and Gemini, this feeling things out, looking at things. It's not a great time for initiating new ideas, but it is definitely a great time, a stellar time for projects or things that you haven't been able to get off the ground or launch, or you've had confusion about. Now's the time to go back to those things, those people, those situations, those circumstances, and bring them forward with the energy that you have now. Even if you don't understand it, you'll notice it or feel it by an inner calling, an impulse. I want to do this, or now's time, or I got to get this out there, or I'm going to just try and do this. So even through these eclipses, we're being asked to go back deep within, Scorpio, deep within. What do we want to put into form, Taurus? What is really closest to our heart center? I think we're in a Kazemi also astrologically with that sun, I think it's with Venus in the heart of the sun. So it's really about getting to the heart of the matter. What matters to us? What is my heart opening to? What am I saying? God, I really want to do this. I wish I could do this. Or we're feeling it in the heart. We're really being asked. This is a deeper part, or a next level, more inclusive and emphasized part of the soul call, the soul alignment. Now, it could be a little scary because there's some letting go of things, letting go of certain people or ways of relating to certain people or how certain people are in your life. There's a letting go of constructs, mental, emotional constructs about yourself, parts of the personality of you that no longer fit, which means certain situations, living situations, where you live, how you live, certain jobs, a certain career, the way you do your job or your career, all that's going to be changing. And many can feel it, so it's a little scary. It brings up a lot of the unknown right now. And so we are in this great place of the unknown because if you've been watching my pick a card readings, I'm doing a whole series on the Akashic. And I'm going to be doing another one coming, I think maybe next week, on the Akashic and how it relates to the houses, the planetary houses, because those are the areas of our life experience in astrology. The houses represent how our soul is expressing in different areas or parts of our life, different sectors, if you will. But if you've been watching the pick a cards, and I've never seen this. I've been doing this stuff for 30 whatever plus years, even longer, because I started as a teenager. I have never seen in the Akashic records blankness, that nothing is written, nothing is there, nothing's encoded, nothing's energetically there. There's like a dot, dot, dot. There's a space. There's an ending. So some of what we're meant to experience and express in our next unfoldment, our next level, honestly has not been written yet. In other words, we say that metaphysically, it hasn't been created yet. Either the people and parts of the situation haven't come together, or it's wrapping up other parts of your life because they no longer have enough vibratory resonance to be manifested in form and lived out on the earth plane. So that's why a lot of you are like, what? Where am I going? What's going on now? I have no energy for this. I have no impulse or impetus. I'm like, I lost my inspiration. What's going on? This is where I was going. It was going fine, and now nothing's happening. What's going on? Because the Akashic records, which means us, we are mutable. We're all elements, right? Earth, air, fire, and water. But also cardinal, initiatory, mutable, and fixed. So we've been operating in a world that's very binary and focuses a lot on fixed energy. This is fixed. This is fated. This is destiny. This is fixed. This is how you get this. This is how you attain this. This is what you do. And the idea of initiation. You've got to make it happen. Initiate. Go forward. But not the mutable. The mutable part of us is kind of scary because it's changeable. Not just mentally changeable, but within the form and structure of life itself. So this is what people are going to be seeing more and more as things catch on. In other words, where is there more insight, inspiration? What's more life-enhancing? We will change. An animal being will change. A tree will change. A flower, a type of flower. This is where we get hybrids. Will change to accommodate whatever is newly forming on the earth and universe. In the etheric, astral plane, which is that plane, that auric field, that part of the auric field is around everything and everyone. So we can make a big change by how we think. That's what Mars in Gemini retrograde is to show. Hey, you can change the way things are going. And we know this, but we haven't been harnessing this consciously. We know this. This is the way, let's say a company is having slave labor or child labor overseas, and people stop buying there. They change their mind and then their actions. And it's enough of them that change happens. See, we need to start harnessing this consciously within ourselves for our life and for the community and collective, for the better. In other words, a group of people meditating over and over, that shifts the energy, within their group or environment planetarily. The power of prayer, the power of intention. This is the time we're meant to harness that part of us. And that's what brings in the telepathy, the remote viewing. It has to be a strong enough signal, vibratory, energetic signal that brings in the attunement and the alignment, just like me finding that little, rubber pad to make my laptop stand, not wiggle. So as we're harnessing that more, there's less labor, less grunt work, so to speak. But we have to learn. We have to fine-tune it. We have to learn how to do it. You know, some of you know that one of my videos. This is why I'm going to also to another platform. I'm still going to stay on YouTube, but I'm going to some of my more censored stuff that I only talk about on Patreon, I will be putting on another platform. Well, someone that I watch, not regularly, but I've gotten a lot of information from kind of on how these platforms work, had their channel taken down and wasn't getting anywhere. A lot of people are talking about this, the censorship, the being banned, things taken down. But enough people talked about it, went on Twitter, and so it was trending. So they took their mind, their mental focus of the idea of free speech and not being censored, that this is important. And it's life-enhancing enough within the cosmos, within the universal structure and where we're going, that it garnered more and more interest, more and more traction, and even the hashtag of that individual was trending. And so this person got reinstated. And this has happened a couple of times. I've seen it a couple of times happen now. So now people are talking about that. Look what we can do. So we're going to have to go back to that. You're going to have to go back to that in some way in your life, reclaiming that power within and getting with others in small groups, interest groups. That's what the soul is, have certain interest groups. For these bigger principles, again, Mars and Gemini. You know, people think of Sagittarius as having the big principle or the religion or spirituality, but so does Gemini, because Gemini at the highest level is how we think. It's our mind. It is the mind. It is the mental realm. So we're all kind of being asked to recheck ourselves. Queen is saying being like a child. Yeah, this open, this wonder, this awe. So it's about harnessing this energy individually and collectively. Okay, so I think I'm going to take a little bit of a pause. I'm going to talk about the rising sign, like how this Mars and Gemini retrograde will affect you through your rising sign. That way, those of you that know your rising sign, and I'm using that because I'm obviously not constructing charts right now. For some of you, it will be your sun sign, but usually if you take your the rising sign, that's going to show the house or where you're affected. So I'm going to get to a couple of callers, start getting to a few callers. Again, 347-539-5122. Press 1 on your keypad, and then I'm going to give, and then I'll connect into Mars and Gemini retrograde, Mars retrograde in Gemini, and how it's going to affect the rising sign, and then we'll get to other callers as well. We'll just clip on through. Hi, you're on air.
Hi, Michelle. Thanks for taking my call.
Oh, Lynn. Hello, Lynn. Good to hear from you. How are you doing with all this?
Okay, well, so I had my little office in the yoga studio in town, and we made it a nonprofit and had a board and had weekly community sessions on different things. Well, the property was sold earlier this summer, and they decided they're turning the whole area into a resort. And finally they said, yeah, we're going to tear that building down. We're going to tear your building down. And we're in this interim period where they say they're going to build a community center early on that we would be housed in, that they want us part of the community. But that building is not on their site plan right now. So I was wondering if you could tune in and if you see that whether they seem earnest and dedicated to actually putting that building there and housing us.
Okay, is it near a river or lake or something? Is there a lake
yes,
or a river?
It's right along the river. Yep. Yeah, and there's a little dam, so they're calling it Spillway Lodges because it's right there on the river.
See, I feel they are wanting. They are wanting to do something because I do see some kind of. What are they putting stores or boutiques?
Well, we're not exactly sure what they're thinking of putting in this building that would be like a community building. It could be multi-use. It could have retail in it.
That's what I feel. I feel there's retail. I feel like they're figuring out where or how. Now, I don't know if you're going to want to wait because is this? Well, you're okay there now, though, right? I feel you're okay now.
Well, so we've been waiting and waiting, trying to find out when things were going to happen, what it was going to look like. And then all of a sudden, a week ago, they said, we're tearing the house down November 1st.
Oh, okay. So you do have to move. No.
Yeah. And so we were planning, I'd have my last group on Monday, October 24th, and then we'd take down, I'd take out my office and we would break the whole studio down then. But then yesterday morning, in the middle of my meditation, I felt a message come in. So I said, I think I'm going to look at my phone. And an individual said, we're taking out the windows in your office today or tomorrow. Like, no notice for me to take apart my office. And then when I talked to this person, they just laid into me. Like,
like what?
Belittling me, saying I was stupid. I should have seen this coming. I should have been proactive and on top of it, and all nonsense. So the other part that I'm trying to figure out is, one, should I still, so we're going to be having classes at least remotely throughout the community in the interim. But one thing I've been trying to figure out is, should I try to have an office somewhere or in this new building when it is built? And two,
well, I think they're going to come back to you.
This person is involved, and it's like we're oil and water. And
well, for one thing, I feel like this. For one thing, I feel this person is either new or wasn't on board or is taken over, because it shows like there's a committee or a group, and it was going in one direction. There's a lot of it's interesting. It's a lot of confusion. Now, Lynn, this is happening for a very good reason, and I'm so glad I'm just getting the download of you need to insert this, Michele. This is for you, me, everyone right now. And I kind of had a similar situation with, which I guess has been happening with a lot of people, but with PayPal, whom I've been with I guess for 20 years or whenever they started. All of a sudden I get this email, and they were calling me. Mind you, they're always calling me or email, take out a business loan, you do so much, this and that. You could take out a business loan, how can we help you? All of a sudden I get an email stating, unusual activity from me, on my account, and we've locked your account. We would limit it until you fill out all this stuff. Well, I was kind of up in arms. I talked to Josie, my assistant, her.
Yes.
And then I thought, I talked to her, I was walking, and then I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just leaving it because I feel it's going to change or not. I have a week to decide what I want to do, and I just let it go. And, of course, a few hours later or the next day, I get an email we made a mistake, so sorry for troubling you, this and that, that and this. But this is going on a lot. Now, you're dealing with a collective group, a committee, a corporation, a company. Astrologically, we're at that 29 degree. Those are 29 to 30 degrees, especially 29 in astrology, critical degrees, where stuff happens, like breakdown, because there's a new energy that's trying to come in. So this is teaching everyone, and the guides have been saying this for years, and I've been saying 3 to 5 sources of not just income. It can be income, but where you put your money, where you put your resources, your valuables, having those backups. This cancel culture, that's a big example of it. Everything's willy-nilly. There's a government narrative that's being funneled through systemized, conventional educational systems, banking systems, financial institutions, social media, corporations and companies, not taking people into account, the individual. That's what you're falling into, Lynn. So what I do feel for you individually, which is what this podcast episode today is all about, is what's going on universally, what's going on in the collective, the mainstream world, the mainstream consciousness. How's it affecting us individually and what to do about it? So you're being taught not to put all the eggs in one basket and also to have your own thing and to be, and I will say this to everyone that can, you need to have an online component. I mean, one of the reasons I wasn't so up in arms with this PayPal, as I was telling Joe, is because I have 3, probably 4, maybe 5 actually, different sources not only of income but where I put my money. It's not all in one place or one bank. So I don't care if people have only, people might say, well, I only have $25 extra, or I only have $100 or $500 in my bank account. Just to align energetically, do what you feel is best for you. Maybe you put 100 of it, in your drawer, your mattress, whatever. Maybe you put some of the savings, some's in a checking. Maybe you have 2 savings. Maybe you have a cash app. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely, because I feel they will come back to you, especially this person especially around spring, may or may not be there. But I definitely see construction. I see hard hats. I see things. But I do feel they're going to want to have, retail, boutiques or something. I don't know, almost like a pro, how they have pro golfer, the pro, what do you call it, pro boutique or whatever. And then they will be open to having people there. I still see you by the water, by the way, by the river or water. So there must be another place near there.
Well, our home is on a lake as well.
Oh. Well, maybe you're doing stuff out of there.
Different body of water.
Is there a river, though? Is there a river, though? Also a river?
The river is by where the property, where the studio was and could be in the future. But our house is on a lake, a different body of water.
What else is by the river? Because I see river. I see lake, too, but I also see it's either a narrower part of the lake or it is that river or a pond, something. And I see a little bridge, a walking bridge.
Yeah, there's exactly that.
Where is
there.
It?
That's the river by the property that's being developed, where the studio.
See, there is one
been.
guy that likes you guys or wants to bring you back in. He's being overridden or overriding. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there is somebody that has gone to bat for you, all of you, and because you've been there, and there's somebody that is newly in there that is overriding everything, and it's taken over, and it's looking at money and the bottom line. And see, that's what we're going to see. That's also this North Node in Taurus, South Node in Scorpio. Scorpio in the low vibration, because it's ruled by Pluto, and to some degree, and Mars, is power struggles. It's the mafia. It's corruption. So we're going to be seeing all of this to some degree in our individual lives. Oh, that person's trying to pull a fast one, or these mafioso tactics, bullying, that's over lower vibration, and Taurus is money. So a lot of people are trying to do, in these companies and corporations, greed, money grabs, power struggles. But Lynn, I do see you having your own thing, and then I also see somebody else, some kind of group that you're going to be a part of. I feel like this is happening, though, so that you also keep your own plan, your own programs, that you don't just work for someone else.
Okay. Yeah.
Or with someone else. And it's also saying to stay a bit mobile. You could be traveling more or going another place. Let's see. You're in. Okay, I know where you're. I shouldn't say it. I guess it's called Docs. I won't say where you're at, but I feel like you could be in another city or something. I don't know if you're visiting there or if there's a larger city to where you're at that you end up driving to or going to. Yeah, why is it saying more mobile? Do you know what that is, the larger city? Driving there?
Not cities exactly, but yeah, there's a larger town. A
larger town, and that's it.
Maybe might be a way. I've been getting hits on a group to connect with there.
Okay, go in that direction then. Follow that hit you're getting, because there is something there. There is something to that larger city or town, whatever. See, you're not meant, and a lot of people, you guys are going to be going through this. This is good that you're bringing this up, Lynn. A lot of people, what's going to happen is you're going to be nudged to extend or expand. We have a call. This is why I'm extending or expanding this podcast to YouTube and some other platforms, and bringing and connecting with more groups. We're all going to be given the call. It's starting slowly now, and it really picks up next year, to reach out to other people. In other words, you might have a great group you like, 10, 20 people, whatever, 35 people, whatever it is. There's going to be outside circumstances that are pushing you out of that zone to connect with another group. And maybe even yourself saying, I want to be around more people or want more pizzazz, like just something new, a new influence. So I feel that's also something what's going on with you, Lynn, as well, is that you are being nudged to not just isolate in that one area, but because you have a piece, you have something you're doing or a way you think that this other group needs, and you need something that they have. So it's saying you reinforce the groups that you're part of now. Keep to those groups. So those are your foundation. They've been supporting you energetically and a soul level. You get your strength and sustenance. But now it's time to reach out. It's like branches on a tree. So keep the roots strong, the trunk. But it's time. That's why this is also happening. If I look beyond that person cosmologically, that's why this is happening.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
I like my cocoon, but
I know. Well, I know you do. I know. That's why the guys are like, get her out of there, tell her keep the cocoon. But you also need to branch out. Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
perfect.
Sweetie. Keep us. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye. Okay, 347-539. 5122 is the number. Press 1 on your keypad. Hey, Jay, in the chat, happy birthday. Okay, let's get to next caller. I will put a little timer on to keep track. Stay on listening, because I'm going to go by rising sign, or Mars and Gemini retrograde. How is that going to be impacting you? Hey, you're on air. Welcome.
Hi there.
Hi.
I
What's
have
your first
a question. Lisa?
Yes. Lisa. Hi, Lisa. What's your question?
Hi. So I just wondered, what do you see upcoming for me in the next 6 months?
That's a big question. You got to narrow it down.
Yeah, just like, I don't know, just in general, like things happening that might happen in my life. Just
no,
not a
let's
lot
general. the question opens the channel, and also it helps you be engaged. If you have a question in your mind, that's going to engage you and align you much more strongly to the universe, and not only getting the best answer for you or most accurate, but if it's a wish or a desire, it's going to align you to that much more strongly.
Okay. So I guess like health-wise and socially, like what do you see going on for me?
See, and that's interesting socially. So that idea of reaching out, even energetically, that you want to be a part. So your time is a lot about engagement. Now, I do get the body moving, more movement, even if it's just a little bit a day, changing up what you're wearing to feel better. So you're actually, Lisa, being prepared by your higher self to get out there again in the world, to be more out there. But part of it's going to be you feeling more comfortable with your body and just showing up, how you present yourself, what you wear, what you do. So that's what I would focus on right now. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean like when I'm home, because I'm retired, like I'll just wear like sweats and stuff, but you know, like when I went out to something outside of like tomorrow I'm going to play mahjong at 1 to 3, and I'm going to work out in the morning in my regular sweat clothes, but then I'm going to, shower and wash my hair and, look nice when I go out in the afternoon.
Good. And do that when you just go out, whether it's errands or walking or whatever you're doing. Don't just throw any old thing on. Don't just throw any old thing on.
But no, when I exercise, I have to wear sweats. You know what I mean?
No, I know that. I'm not saying that. But to look nice, to look or feel nice, whatever it is.
Put on makeup. Put on a nice shirt.
Yeah, whatever that is. Yeah, because again, I feel on a soul level, it's about you extending out more, nudging out in again, like what for Lynn, past your comfort zone, in with new people. Now you could even be meeting some people, groups, but I even feel for you, like even walking or getting out of the car, or do you go to some kind of center or something? Is there some kind of...
Yeah, I do a couple of things like that.
Yeah. Yes,
and
I feel
like a place of, like a group of like worship place. They're starting a new group that I'm going to be part of.
Okay.
Yeah, a social group.
Good. Follow that your intuition on that, because I feel you're going to meet some people, and perhaps it seems a special someone, getting out of the car. Or there's a parking lot, and you're, oh, hi, I didn't know. Oh, okay, are you going here? Oh, yeah. So that's
you mean
why
someone
the guy
to date?
I think so.
I haven't dated in a long time.
I know, but that's a deep desire of yours. So you're going to meet someone.
So socially, you see me
getting
socially
out more.
You see me then getting out more, and then maybe dating or meeting someone.
Yes, absolutely. Oh no, 5,000% you're dating someone, but it's in a weird way. It's almost like either they're getting out of the car, you both are, or you're walking in together, or they're walking in, and you're walking in, and they're walking out to get something, and then they're, hey, hi, oh, do you know? Or they ask you, oh, where is such and such, or what room, and you're like, oh, go this way, or I'm walking that way. So there is something like that coming up.
Because I am going to things more. I'm really getting out there a lot more. I mean, there was 2 years I couldn't do anything with COVID, and I'm still high risk, so like I wear a mask, and I don't go to like eating indoors or things like that. And if I did go to a group thing, like I wouldn't eat and I'd be farther apart. You know what I mean? Like I won't do that. I'm not going to take a chance. But I'm doing like the things I'm comfortable with, and I go to library functions, and I go to with group things, and just just trying to get out there a lot more.
Good. Well, you're on the right track, definitely.
And then health-wise, like I had a couple little things, but I think they'll be okay. But I don't know. I've had to kind of work on it.
I think health is fine. I think for you, it's just getting out, the fresh air and new people. You'll feel better. You'll get out of a slump, is what I'm hearing.
I've had a couple of health things that I've had to take care of. Do you see that?
No, I know that. I know. Yeah, it's going to be okay. But sometimes, it's going to be okay.
Just have to attend to it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Okay, Lisa.
So
keep listening.
Okay.
Thanks for calling in.
I'll keep listening.
All righty. Bye. Hi, you're on air. Welcome.
You know I like to be on air. How are you?
I know you do, Queen. Hello, hello. Perfect timing.
Peaceful greetings. Yes, and my sun sign is Gemini, and I'm feeling that that childlike energy returning into my vibration. And with that said, I finally did my performance after three times they changed the situation, location, etc., which meant that I had to be very adaptable in terms of from my perspective, my dress, actually what I was going to present, how I was going to present it. And when I went into it, I still didn't know what it was going to be, and that was good because I channeled, and it was fabulous. And with that said, I now look forward to doing more of that. My books are still in the works, in the writing, but the writing gave me fuel to speak on, which was interesting. And I'm looking I'm accepting multitudes of opportunities to choose from. I've been putting that out, and they're coming in fast, to be able to perform what I did more well as it's refined, as it comes through me more. And I just want to know what you feel around that. I enjoyed it. I really so much enjoyed it. I had missed being on the stage, being in the light.
Yeah,
that way.
Shine. Yeah, it's so fun. Well, first of all, as you're sharing this, Queen, the first thing I'm thinking is, oh my God, this is such a good example to what I was sharing. Gemini, do we do the lower mind or the higher mind? And that is a lesson for all of us. You went in the higher mind, cosmic, divine, that includes the lower but goes beyond and channel, and so that higher vibrational you could come through, that higher vibrational information, insight, understanding, awareness, higher vibrational communication, content, whatever you want to call it. And so beautiful. Now, I feel you're going to be doing more of that, and that is also that youthful spirit coming in for you because it's an openness. You put in the chat childlike. You're going to be connecting more and more to that part of you. And this is the perfect time to do this. Here's the deal. We're all kind of learning or relearning or reconnecting to this during the retrograde, because Mars is in Gemini right now. The retrograde is the 30th to January 12th. Mars goes out of Gemini. That doesn't mean that we'd stop this lesson, which is that it's emphasized or integration. It goes out March 25th. What do I see with you? I see more speaking, more on the stage. I even see music behind you. So I don't know if you're doing spoken word, meditation, something. You're doing. There's a vibe around you, and I can see through the Akashic right now that I'm tuning into. Art, music, it's coming together. Something's coming together within your speaking, teaching, writing, talking, and music, if that makes sense.
I played instruments. I played instruments.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
And I chanted. It was all of that. And the arts are me. I mean, that is me. That is what keeps me alive, the creation, the arts. So yes, you're on it.
Okay. Okay, Queen, that's what you're doing, and that's going to be your thing, known for, growing through. Yes, beautiful. Wow. Okay.
Thank you.
I told you, when it's in the Akashic, it's destiny. It's deemed to be. Very cool. Lynn is saying, Queen, it feels very playful too. I agree, Lynn, in the chat. Yeah, I agree. It feels very deep. It's the ancestors, the ancestral coming through, generations, thousands of years, but yet very open and childlike. It's like the high priestess meeting the fool, or the sage of wands, sage of crystals. meeting the fool, the child within. I think what it is for you also, it's your opening up to that childlike wonder and having fun with it, even though there are these deep, ancient downloads and expressions through the instruments, through the music, through your words. You're having fun with it. You're enjoying it. You're enjoying the performance, the conscious performance, so that it's entertaining for yourself and for people. Yeah, I agree, Lynn, in the chat. Feels very, very playful. Yeah, love it. All right, Queen, keep listening. I'm going to go through I can't wait to I'm going to get through some more callers, and then we're going to look at people's rising and how this Mars retrograde in Gemini is affecting.
I will keep listening. I thank you. Namaste.
Oh, thank you for bringing that up. You always bring stuff up that we need to hear. Thanks. Hi, you're on air. Welcome.
Hi, Michelle. This is Ashil. How are you?
Ashil, hi. Welcome. Doing great. What's going on with you?
I spoke to you last time. It was summertime, and I'm just trying to see what's coming up for me. My son's son is Leo.
Okay. And what do you want to know?
What career or love life? Those two areas. Whatever you can pick up. That's
career
changing.
And love life.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel you're going to be doing marketing or some kind of production, and working perhaps in sales. You are going to be meeting someone. I feel like it's out and about. I think this Mars retrograde in Gemini is meeting people in odd ways, or coming and going, and in your local area or local neighborhood, or a neighborhood or a cafe that you hang out with. You could start a conversation with someone, either sitting down at a table or as you're paying, or you're coming in to pick up something, you start chit-chatting, and then you see them again. So, Ashil, for you and everyone listening, just be aware of your surroundings, or when you go out, just look up and look around you. So, and it's not necessarily having to look at people. It's so that you're connecting to the etheric energy around you and connecting into what is coming through the Akash. In other words, that wave. You can connect into that wave of energy. Some of you may even be bumping into someone. So I am seeing something new with work, or you're going back and working with someone in a new way, a capacity. Do you do sales or consulting of some sort?
Yes, sales I do. I've done sales for people in the past, and I also have sales that I used to do for my own business. Yeah.
Okay, so I do see you doing more of that. I see you refining that. This is a good time to refine what it is that you're doing so that you make more bang for your buck, more income coming in. So look for 2023 an increase in income. Okay? So, yeah, because there's something upping in your productivity. Ashil, stick around. I'm going to get to how this will be affecting you. I'm going to go through the signs, and you'll get some further information and insight there. Okay?
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hello there. You're on Awakenings. Hello, hello.
Hi, Michelle. This is Valerie. How are you?
Hi, Valerie. Doing well. How are you?
Good.
Good. What's your question?
I like to see. Yes.
Yeah.
I like to see how do I look health-wise.
Okay. Well, you're on the mend, transformation, getting healthier, better, stronger. Did you have a little something in the chest area?
Not in the chest, but on my left ear area.
Oh, ear. Okay. I'm getting throat, too. I don't know. Chest, heart. You know what would help you? And I'm getting with the heart-lung area. Breath work, which you can look on YouTube. Meditate, but breath work, walking, breath, there's something with circulation also. Water, movement, whatever it is. No, it's flushing. This is what I'm getting. It's flushing something, getting the elimination system better. I almost feel like, was it like an infection or a cold? It could be infection, cold, or virus.
Think I have that, no?
Yeah, in the ear, but it affected your ear or ears?
Right. I think that was because I had a tooth pulled, and it's been going on for a long time. It's like a low humming sound or vibration. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I'm getting like the elimination. Maybe even gluten. I'm getting more with elimination. Sometimes things like even candida or something, and disclaimer, I'm not doing, medical advice or da-da-da-da.
Right.
But what I do see psychically, there's something with elimination. So more water, maybe more water with lemon, things like cayenne pepper helps with elimination, sprinkling a bit, or cinnamon, Siberian ginseng with cayenne pepper, like my solar way herbs, because I definitely feel like there was some kind of infection. I can't tell psychic because I'm not totally, it takes me, if I do medical readings, I really tune in hard, but just what I'm getting flash reading from you was some kind of infection. So it could have been the tooth. It could have been something was infected there. It could have been a virus, a little cold. Sometimes a cold goes in our ear, right? I mean, it's weird. We can have a cold in our neck. We get a little wind in the neck, and then our neck, we feel achy, So it's moving through, though. It's definitely showing whatever it is. It is moving through.
Good.
That's what I got for you. Valerie. Keep us posted, okay?
So increase the water. So it's not. So just increase the water and maybe more movement. Because I'm changing my diet as well.
Well, see, that's probably why that's coming up. And it could be like gluten. There could be certain foods that make the digestion more sluggish, which, slows the blood down, the blood flow. So oxygen, that's why the breath work, taking it, even like alternate nostril breathing, breath of fire. You don't have to do it for a long, it could be let me just do it now, And definitely movement. Not just stretching, but walk around the block, more movement. And it's the lymph. It's getting the lymphatic system humming again, like doing your own lymphatic drainage.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Jay, going to be doing the, let me see, get two more quick calls in, then we're going to get to Mars retrograde in Gemini, how it's affecting you in the house. Hi, you're on air.
Hello.
Hi, what's your first name?
Hi, Natasha. I was wondering if you could give me a quick read on body or career.
Body
or both.
or career. Well, I can tune in on, let's see, body and career. Okay, a lot with nurturing people's body. I love this is because it's again, this eclipse energy is highlighting that North Node in Taurus, South Node in Scorpio. Which Taurus is the body. It's the Earth, and we're part of Earth. It's also our body, and physicality. Yeah. So you're going to start doing. You know what? All you need is a little nurturing downtime, rest. Pull back a little bit, nurture. Yeah, that's all you need to start feeling tippy-toppy shape and getting your vitality back. Even if you're saying, I have to do this, or I had a good sleep, why am I still tired? Every time you say, why am I still tired, it's because you do need more rest and downtime, nurture time, self-care, self-renewal, nurturing time, and then I see you, bouncing around. Yeah, but you're going to have to notice that when you do more, even if you do more that's fun for you, you are going to have to replenish. That's just your side. You've been like that since a kid. And now, you've always been this way.
I'm trying to exercise. Maybe I'm pushing too much then. So it's like all about nurturing. Okay, it's like a slow...
not about the... see, we've been taught, again, Gemini retrograde... we've all been taught push through it with our mind. Now this is about, okay, what's the higher mind say? The higher mind says, my body, for whatever reason, wants to rest. So let's say today you're like, I normally do 5 miles and I'm tired at 1. Well, just do 1, and then one day you're going to go, oh my God, I went 10 miles and I didn't even notice. So yeah, you're really getting back in tune or in touch with your body rhythms. This is all about the biorhythms for you the next month.
Really?
All right, Natasha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
Relationship comes later. Maybe something next month. Someone interesting, or you're talking to someone, but I feel like really relationship is more next year for you. Okay?
Okay. Noted. I will rest a little bit more.
No,
Thank you.
Go out, do things. I feel like there's group things and you could be meeting someone, but I feel you kind of weaving in and out of people or situations, communities, groups, family, weaving in and out, and then you're back at home, nurturing, resting. I think you're gearing up for something that's going to take a lot of energy and also how you present yourself, so it could be a different job or career change, or maybe you're going to be more public, or you get that promotion, or within your company, maybe you become put in a leadership. Oh, we want you to manage this group. So there's something about you coming out more, and that's why, or you're just going to be a lot busier. So right now, nurture to prepare to build those reserves. I just did this on my Instagram for Monday's post, and also on my TikTok. Build your reserves, replenish, renew, build your reserves so that you can handle the new stuff and opportunities. Yes, so you can handle what's coming. Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, sweet.
Interesting. Okay, next year. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Hi, you're on air. Welcome. Hello.
Hi, Michelle. This is Katie. How are you?
Hi, Katie. Doing well.
Hi.
Hi.
I kind of have it's kind of I guess 2 parts, but really it's 1 part. I want to attract permanent employment that pays me more than enough money. I do have a temp project coming up, but it's not paying anything. I just took it. I just told them I would take it just so I have something, some kind of income. But I really want, a permanent long-term position. And that's kind of going to determine if I stay in my apartment or not.
I feel something, I'm going to look at it as something's changing with where you work or how you work, or there could be a move. Just if you can, just do the minimum for where you're at now. I feel like some idea changes for you next year. Maybe it's what you want to do. You might decide to go in a different department or do something more project.
I'm not working. Yeah, I'm not. I was doing project right now. I'm not working, but I'm gonna start a temp project probably next week. But it doesn't. It doesn't really pay much.
But that's what I'm telling you. Listen to what I'm saying, because this is what's coming through. I have no, whatever. This is what's, Take it, because something is changing with how you work. You may not do. I don't know if you're going to go back into a permanent job, or there's something that comes up and they may say, well, we have this for 3 months or 6 months, or we hire this way and then check it out. I don't know. There's some new job or opportunity that comes in next year. This year, I just see you doing the minimum, whatever that is. Even if that's that job or that project doesn't pay that much. But because it's in a way, and our higher self does this to us every now and then. It squeezes us so we think differently to either do what we're doing in a different way or to go in a different direction, or open to a new opportunity. Because I feel whatever next year is your building year, financially. You're going to really figure something out. I don't know what it is right now, because that's a longer read. That's like a whole session. I can't totally. But something else comes in. Right now, it shows the minimum, the bare minimum, and then it's almost, It's not the bigger money.
With that income, if I'll be able to maintain my apartment. So I don't know if I need to give it up and move somewhere else. But
you might move. What did I say? There's something about a move. If you re-listen, I don't remember what I said, but if you re-listen, I thought there was something about a change or a move. The thing is, whatever you end up doing, it's going to put you in a position to actually build more and create more revenue streams or have more income. Okay, I think you could stay in your apartment because I think you could get another project. You could balance it out. But right now, energetically, unless there's a major divine miracle intervention, change of direction, right now what I'm seeing in the Akash is minimum, and actually they said the bare minimum, and then you have this epiphany and new direction and new job that comes in. You know, it may be that you get something. You may even get something else, another project around the Sagittarius time, end of November, beginning of December, and then you're like, wow, I made it through. Okay. I don't want to go through that again, so I'm going to do this, and this, okay? All right, sweetie, take care. Listen, I'm going to be going over Mars retrograde at each sign, so that could give you some more insight, too. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. All righty, everyone. Let's see. Okay. So if you're Aries, Mars retrograde in Gemini is going to be in your third house. So this is a lot about, obviously, communication. It is the house of Gemini, environment, short trips. So this is anybody with Aries rising or Aries sun. You want to think of kindred spirits, your soul brothers and sisters. Do you have the right people around you? Are you focused on the right things? If you are in communication of any type, or communicate a lot in what you do, or speaker, or work with social media, or maybe you deliver short classes, or you're writing, this is all about finishing things up or going back to what you wanted to do, back to those projects, those plans, and bringing them forward. This is also about taking an assessment is, do I need to initiate something? Or do I need to go back to something to initiate it? There could be, issues around travel or cars or for some of you short-term employment like projects. It may be that you're stuck in a long-term position and you want to work more project-based and you can't, or it could be that you're more project-based and you want a long-term position. I'm going to try to get through these. Taurus is in the second house. This is all about, actually this is going to be, I feel good for you. It's a sextile there. It's showing you what are you willing to build, and go over your finances. Go over where's the money going out, where's it coming in, what's it doing. Looking at yourself also as a resource, seeing your soul gifts, your abilities. Are there abilities that you haven't tapped yet, that you haven't utilized? Also, you're going to be looking at your space, where you work, whether at home or in an office. There's something changing about that workspace, making changes so that it is much more productive for you. You're going to be thinking of efficiency. What makes me more efficient? What seems more efficient? What seems and feels easier to do? So a lot with productivity, a lot with, again, finance. There could be some things that are revealed to you, Taurus, like, wow, I really didn't value myself enough, or I undercut myself. I feel this retrograde also brings in an awareness on a subconscious level of what's held you back as far as your values, maybe even for some of you, your beliefs. Could be increase of money, or you could find money. Cancer, this is in your 12th house, Mars retrograde in Gemini in the 12th. Boy, this is a lot to do with beliefs. Your ideas, what's holding you back subconsciously. Really good time to do any kind of meditation, hypnotherapy, alpha theta healing, courses, classes, workshops, subconscious mind, dreams, feeling. Like, why do I feel this way? What triggered me? This is about getting in touch with your subconscious mind to see how that part of your mind thinks, and then merge or bridge it with the conscious mind so that those two parts can come closer together and harmonizing. Some of you may find you've self-sabotaged or held yourself back, or you've had delusions of something happening or not happening. And it's also about illusions. How do I make my dreams, the illusion, the magic, how do I connect into the magic within to make my dreams a reality. So for many of you, it's going to be a very inner process, but coming out the other side, you'll be like, wow, well, I have this dream or this goal or this idea. Now, how do I make it a reality? Affirmations would be very helpful, mantra meditations, visualization, very helpful for you, Cancer. Leo. Did I say Gemini? Did I skip Gemini? Yeah, I did skip Gemini. How did I do that? Okay, Gemini. All about you, rising, first house. Where and how you see the world, you are opening up more. The idea of play and seeing yourself more mutable, interchangeable in life. You are going to be opening up more to, I don't have to do it just one way, or I don't have to just do one thing or two things or three things. You're really going to be connecting into this versatility. Now, there could be things, little hiccups or glitches or things that don't quite work right. There could be some frustration with that. But it's all to get you to kind of lighten up. And Gemini can be the trickster anyway and can also be the court jester. But you're also, tie into that kind of magic, So you're going to be opening, I think, in a way, opening up more to life and different ways of communicating or expressing yourself. So this is all about you, your creative expression, how you view the world, opening it up a bit, and wanting to try out new things or a variety of things, or for many of you, going back to something. Now, even though we say in the retrograde not to initiate new things, you're going to find you've had a lot of ideas, let's say a few years ago, 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, or even as a child, that you're bringing forward. So this is a lot about retrograding or going back into the soul expression, which means your creative expression, your self-expression, different modes of expressing in the world. Big focus for you. Okay, we already did Cancer. Leo. Leo, yours is in the 11th house. So this is really good for you, for being with communities, going back and connecting with people that are very influential, that can help you, going back to ideas of, ooh, I could create this, I could do this. A lot of people coming back from the past. Some of you could be traveling back home or old neighborhood or visiting places that fulfill you, give you joy, or perhaps where you would like to move or relocate. So there's something about relocation or going back and revisiting. This brings a lot of harmony for you. Those of you that have, Leo rising. It's also kind of pushing you to refine your gifts, your self-expression, or what you do in the world. So there could be stuff coming up about work or where you want to work or what type of environment, and also looking at the best arena, area, or community for you also. But 11th house, something should be brought back that's very fruitful. Virgo, this is Virgo rising. Mars retrograde in Gemini is in your 10th house, so this is all about career. Structuring career. This could bring some new opportunities, missed opportunities coming back, unlooked for opportunities, unlooked for avenues of success, or people that can be helpful in your achievements and your work purpose. This will also bring a retooling of how you do your business if you're entrepreneurial or have your own business, or even those of you that work for a company or corporation or some kind of group. It's going to bring a retooling of how you interact with your colleagues. Some of you may be saying, oh, I actually do a lot, or I take on a lot of extra work, or this takes a lot of extra time. So you're going to be looking at who and what are time wasters and kind of cutting the fat in all areas, because it's going to show you what has stopped you from moving forward or going forward or moving forward in whatever area in your life. You're going to greatly see what's held you back or held you back. And that could even be a mindset, a belief, or a certain circumstances. So you're going to find certain things opening up for you. Libra, Mars retrograde in Gemini is in the 9th house. So a lot with looking at big picture, a lot to do with publishing. Also very good for Libra. It's helping you free up. You'll have much more energy to get things done, much more focus. Launching something, especially after the eclipses, could be very good, as long as it's something that you've already had in motion. So Libra, you may have 1, 2, 3, or many projects that you're like, God, I wish I did this, or I want to redo this, or I wish I put this out there. Do it now. This is about looking at old projects, old plans, initiate them, bringing them forward. Old ways of self-expression, communication, areas of income coming forward. So you're going to find the time and the energy to complete and get things done. If you try to initiate or take on too much, you'll have the opposite effect. But if you feel the flow and whatever you're inspired about, if you put inspired action to it, it's like the wheels are greased in that area. This is because this is on a soul level about completing a lot of things. What's in your drawer? Clean out closets, clean out drawers. You want to get more efficient. You want to grease the highway, grease the road, and then bring those forgotten or held back dreams, goals, desires, plans forward. Scorpio, Mars retrograde in Gemini is in your 8th house. It's a deep dive for you. You're also going to be looking at not only other people's money, there could be things that need to be worked out financially with a spouse or partner or business partner or significant other, but you're also going to be reminded, a little similar to Libra, time wasters. Now, for Libra, I feel like it's going to be much easier. It's like the time wasters go away or you just don't give them time, whatever that they are for you. Scorpio, there's some emotional attachment to maybe overdoing or over-helping certain people. So you're going to have to really pause. There's quite a bit of an emotion in this, especially because that North Node's in Taurus, the South Node eclipse is in Scorpio. So it's what do you need to get rid of, let go of, that's like a boulder in front of you or sticking you in the mud so you can't move forward. And that's in any area of your life, health, wealth, fitness, inner, outer, job, career, relationships. It's going to be different for different people. So this is about opening up to receiving from the universe through other people. So a lot of deep dives for you with that 8th house. Also looking at what beliefs have held me back also, or people misunderstanding me and how I communicate or my dreams or goals. So for a lot of you, it's about getting in alignment with those that are closest to you. Sagittarius, Mars retrograde in Gemini is in the 7th house, so a lot to do with relationships, communication, contracts. There could be legal dealings or redoing something, through a court or legal system, mediation. It could also be mediation with a partner or significant other. It brings an awareness of, do you have support and helpers? Do you have collaborators? Do you have cooperation or not? So again, there's a lot with the other and also relationships. Could also bring relationships from the past or past situations within relationships coming up. Let's see. We've got here Capricorn. I hope I get through all of this. Capricorn, 6th house, looking at how you get around, how you deal with things in your life, day-to-day living. It could be pets, health. Your schedule, your routine, changing somehow, again, to make it much more efficient. Aquarius, it's in your 5th house, all about lightening up. Could be projects, writing projects, creative projects, looking at investments. Again, where do you place your time, energy, money? Could be romantic relationships from the past coming up or a rekindling of a romantic situation. Also, there could be travel with a romantic partner, or long-range plans also. Pisces, 4th house, it's all about you subconscious, going deep within. Also look at Cancer. There's a similarity because Cancer, Mars retrograde in Gemini is in the 12th house. For you, Pisces, it's all about the deep inner work, looking at the foundation. Again, parents, mother, family, generational transmission, ancestral. Is your foundation supporting you, especially your mental, emotional foundation? Is it supporting your dreams, your goals, your desires? Is it supporting how you view the world or want to view the world and therefore your life and your projects as well? All right, I got through it. Some a little longer than others. Bye, Sue. Have a great day. Sue, this does answer my question above. Oh, good. Jay, I can't call in, but wondering if you see my job or financial fit improving. I keep running into closed doors. That's because there's something new coming in. You're in a time of refining, Jay, is what I'm getting. Yeah. Go within, visualize vision, and then let it go. And then ask yourself right after you do that, or if an hour or so, what is it I really need to do? What is it I really want to do? Or what is blocking? I feel for you it could be more external is what I'm hearing. Jay, same. Okay. You got your question answered. Okay, good. All right, everyone. Wow, this is really fun. Glad that you all could make it to the program today. I had a great time on this podcast episode. I'm going to run by it again, especially if you got a reading. Go, please. Do not hesitate. Go to Apple iTunes, Apple Podcasts, iTunes. Give Awakenings with Michele Meiche 5 stars. That way more people can find us. Also connect with me on Soul Insights and Tarot on YouTube. Love to have you subscribe over there. Put your name in the comments. Let me know you listened to Awakenings. And if you called in, let me know you called in. Let me know your name so I can get to know you better. Also, if you want a deeper dive into spiritualism and metaphysics, go to MentorCam and connect with me there. Join the community there. And also love to have you follow me on Instagram. And again, subscribe to YouTube channel as well. I think I got it all in. I did it all. Leaving you with focus on clarification in the next 3 to 6 months, or let's say from now to January. Create conscious awareness. Make sure that you're taking time to create and or connect into conscious awareness of what is important to you, what's going on around you, and within that to open your intuition to seek and open up to clarification. This is a time of clarifying individually and as a collective. That is the energy that is wanting to come through. So in the blocks, in the stops, in the resistance, in the delays, something deep within or in your mind is seeking clarification. All right, Soul Lights, as always, continue to shine your light, share your insights, and, of course, keep awake. See you next Wednesday.
Awakenings broadcast every Wednesday, 12 p.m. Pacific Time. Archive shows available on iTunes. For continued awakened conversations and insights, join the Awakenings group on Facebook. And check out Michelle's blog at soulplayground.com. And keep awake.